Hello, everyone. Welcome to or back to Miss Crafts Lair. Today I have a couple of mascots with me, channel mascots. Um, y'all will probably recognize Aria from my subscribe. Uh, what is it called? A subscribe call to action, I think is what it is. Anywho, so today I decided to go and use a Hobby Lobby gift card that I got for my birthday to as an excuse to scout out to see what they might have for maybe new yarns that I haven't seen there. It's been a while since I've been in Hobby Lobby. And to go get the notions for a couple of purses that I want to make. Um, the reason being is I had already been to my local Walmarts and I cannot find exactly what I was looking for at Walmart. Um, had not tried Michael's, but I figured saying that I had the Hobby Lobby gift card, could go to Hobby Lobby and see if I could find what I was looking for there. Um, so that's what I did. And so I got some footage of the Hobby Lobby in my area. Um, Within decent driving distance, I have 3 different Hobby Lobbies. So this was the Hobby Lobby to the north of my house. Went there and got some footage of what they have in stock at the time. I was actually decently surprised with how stocked their yarn was as opposed to other chains, other places. They have a decent amount of yarn. Although I do have to say that none of the yarns were in full quantity for a larger project. So like I think the most yarn I saw in the most yarn that I saw in one particular type and color, like colorway, was like 8 skeins, which that was a smaller skein yarn. So it really wasn't even enough. I mean, granted, I do take a little extra yards because I am kind of a bigger girl. Um, there's they don't really carry enough in stock of one colorway in order for me to make, say, a sweater or whatever. But I did happen to buy out, and I will show this later. I did buy out one colorway because I figured I'll talk my husband into going to another Hobby Lobby. We have 2 within this distance to the south, so I'm like, I can talk to him about going to the other Hobby Lobbies on his day off. So we'll see. Anywho, without further ado, I have the footage from when I was in the yarn section. Also, I have some footage of the notions section. I did I will have to admit that I did stop a worker and asked her kindly if what I was looking at was technically considered notions or if there was some other term for it. She did remind me that on the um when you're looking at a pattern, the pattern lists those same things like the D-rings and the sliders and such as being notions. So thank you to her for her help because I'm like, is this really notions? I couldn't remember. So like I said, without further ado, here is my footage of what I saw in the store. My daughter did go with me, but she did opt to be off camera. Unlike Arya and Lou here, but I digress. So without like so here's the footage. Okay, so I had to turn my autofocus on, so if it like starts getting like kind of dancy, I'm sorry. So for the notions that I got, oh, your tail is tickling. I got 2 packs of the trying like the sun decided to come out and now it's going to be funky. So I'm going to like hold off on the notions because this is perfect lighting to show off the other stuff I got. So I got 7 skeins of the I Love This Cotton, and it is in the colorway pink, green, and purple. If I kind of off this way, you can see it better. I really like this coloring. Look at that. Look at that coloring. So I got 7 of these. And these are what I'm going to have my husband go with me to go get more of. I figure as I was down the aisle waiting to look at these, there was another lady who was looking at the same types of yarn. So I had to wait for a second, let her come, wait for a little while and let her come away from the cotton, finish up her shopping because I didn't want to be rude. I also don't like to get anyone else in my videos because I don't want to have to worry about like blurring out or any of that stuff. So I try to get as few people in my shots as possible. So I was waiting patiently for her to move on. But we also did, in us being in the same general vicinity again together, she asked me what I do about yarn lots and or dye lots rather. And so I was telling her that I do kind of worry about dye lots. However, with this particular project, if I should happen to get a yarn that is slightly different dye lot than this particular these particular skeins, I will probably use those other 2 because I think I need 2 more skeins or 3 more skeins of this particular color. I would end up actually using the different, like as many as I have here for the rest of my sweater, and the new yarn, which might be a slightly different dye lot, I would use for the cuffs and like neckline and stuff. So then that way it's a little bit less noticeable in some respects to the different dye lot. um, they're made quite fairly close together, if not exactly the same. So they should be a little bit closer than, say, like the example I gave her, the colors of the dye lot that I used of a Red Heart yarn that was made in like I think 2 different decades, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I started that project in the 1990s and got the same colorway of a Red Heart yarn in the 2000s. And that was a big difference. So that was a big difference and it looked kind of funny. But I think for newer yarns that are closer together, things might be slightly different and might be slightly closer together in colorway. Then the other thing that I got, yeah, there's 7 of those. The other skeins that I got are the I Love This Yarn. And this colorway is Paint Party. I see that. And it's another really pretty variegated yarn. I did get 4 of these because I am intending to make a shawl with these. A hooded shawl, a hooded scarf, I think is what they call them. But I'm going to be attempting that. So I did get 4 skeins of this because that gets me about, well, 252 yards per 5 ounces. That gets me what? 9, 10, almost 1,000, a little over 1,000. Yes, a little over 1,000 yards of yarn, and I think that would actually be a pretty good amount. Another thing that I got was I had to try this polyester yarn. This is a Baby Bee Soft and Snuggly Rain or Shine, and it is like butter soft. It feels like a Chanel yarn, and it looks like a Chanel yarn. One thing that I know that there are some of them that like to strip when you're working with them. So I figured this would be a cute thing to try. Also, test out the colorway and stuff. So yeah, it's super soft. I love it. And I did get all of these yarns at 30% off. They had their 30% off sale going on for these yarns. Yes. So I am happy with those decisions. The next one is that I got is I brought home the crochet kit, the Red Panda kit. This is going to be one that I'm going to work up in my stitch and review. So I have another kit to test. So that gives me 2 more kits to test. As well as I'm going to test the Snuggly yarn. After kits for the test and review, I'm thinking of going towards yarns. If that is something that you are interested in or not interested in, comment it below. Let me know what you think I should do beyond kits, because the kits that are available in my area are sort of kind of becoming nil. So as I said, kits that I am able to pull off of shelves in my area are getting kind of nil now. So if you have any ideas, any suggestions as to what you would like me to stitch and review coming up, because I would like to continue that. I could I'm thinking possibly different tools, different yarns, and give you my feelings on them. So yeah, the Red Panda, he is super cute. So that is the end of the yarn stuff that I got, and it's actually really nice because now it looks like it is going to be nice as far as the sun is kind of going away. So it's going to be a little bit easier for me to show you the notions that I got. So I am planning on making at least 2 purses. The problem that I have faced is the fact that I looked and paid attention to my crossbody purse that I have with me. I think it might have even sort of been shown in one of the clips. I'm not sure. This is obviously before editing. So I've noticed that my purse is starting to wear out. So I'm going to be making a new purse or 2. And so I wanted to get the slide adjusters for the straps. So I got those. 2 for $2.99. And those I think go on sale every so often. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't really been paying attention to Hobby Lobby that much. But $2.99 for 2 of these, I can't complain about the price at all, because I think I will have to double check on, like, Walmart doesn't even carry these. At least the 3 Walmarts in my area do not carry these. So I'm thinking that is a pretty good price. The other thing that I grabbed was 4 of the rectangular rings. Those for $1.49, I think. Come on, work with me. Autofocus, kick in. Ugh. Is that gonna work? A little bit better. So I got 4 of the 1-inch rectangle rings. These were $1.49. There we go. That's better. These were $1.49, so that's enough for 2 purses, so I'm happy with that. And then the final things that I got for my purses are these swivel hook. I got 2 packages of these because there are 2 each. They're the 1.5 inch, but I'm assuming that they're gonna go okay with the rectangular rings if I need to use them with that. But they also came with D-rings. I don't like the idea of a 1/2 inch D-ring, but then again, when I get down to working on my purses, that might actually be a difference in my view. I have to measure the strip that's on the purse that I have now because that's a comfy strip. Like, it makes I am such a like has to be a particular the strap on my purse that I have now is actually perfect and it doesn't bother my shoulders or my neck at all while I'm wearing it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, the purse is broke. So I'm going to have to fix that. But I know that that strip is not going to like feel odd or I don't think it'll bunch up on me if I use that same size strip for the yeah for the strap. So I did get, like I said, did get 2 of those. I ended up having to get 2 packages. They're $1.99 each. Come on. It does not want to be nice to me today. So they are $1.99 each. There we go. They are $1.99 each. I had to get 2 packs because they come in packs of 2 with 2D rings. So that was what I was going to walk out of the store with, sort of. I did end up standing in line. I did decide saying I only grabbed 4 of the cotton. I love this cotton yarns. I did give my daughter that please look, and I ran back and got the rest of that colorway that they had in stock at that store. And so I started back towards the front. And then I also saw this, which I grabbed, which is not craft related, sort of. Well, I mean, loosely craft related because I need my caffeine to get me going and like get me running. And I like a nice cup of tea. So I found this there, and for $1.49, I figured that was actually a decent price, saying I have seen these go anywhere from I've seen them up to $8, if not more. So I'm like, for $1.49 on my gift card, I will totally grab the T-ball. So, um, yeah. So it was a fairly good shop. I used about a little over 2/3 of my gift card, so I'm able to go and get more. Do I need to get more? Probably not. But I think it was worth it. It was a fun trip. Um yeah. Yeah. The amount it was busier. Like I see that a lot of the Joann's customers, it appears to have went over to Hobby Lobby. But I could see that their parking lot seemed to be a bit busier today. Also could be the fact that it's low key that we know that today is the day that I did go on truck day. So that might have also been why it was a little bit more busy because people were looking to see what might have been already put out from the truck. So, and they were restocking yarn as I was there. The worker did say, "Hey, if there's anything in this cart that you want that you're gonna, you want to grab and buy, go for it and take it out of my cart." So that was nice. Um, I did look at the mandala string yarn. That's one that I want to get and test sometime because I have not played with that particular yarn before, and it looks definitely looks interesting. It it's smaller than what I normally work with. I'm trying to branch out more away from the size 4 yarns. Um, yeah. So that being said, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.